Yes, people, welcome back to the Red Zone. I'm AJ, and this is all your Manchester United sports, entertainment, and news updates. This is your match reaction video for yesterday's Premier League game between our Manchester United and Aston Villa. It finished Man United 1, Aston Villa 0. We're going to discuss the results, what it means. We'll also touch on some individual performances, and we will look ahead to what we've got coming up next. So let's get into it, people. Yeah, first thing to say is 1-0 victory. Doesn't seem like much, but come on, in the bigger picture of things, what we've got going on right now with the top four race, it's a good 3 points. Do you know what I'm saying? Good home victory, clean sheet, and we take it, man. They keep stitching us up when we're playing. Obviously Newcastle are playing, so it's kind of flip-flopping between us and Newcastle for third and fourth. So all we can keep doing is just keep winning games, you know what I'm saying, and trying to nail them 3 points on the board. Obviously you got Tottenham, who lost again, so that leads just stretched even further now. So all in all, man, it was a decent result for us yesterday. Do you know what I'm saying? The game itself was it was a back and forth game. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not going to say like we completely locked them out, because both teams were attacking. Both teams were trying to implement the counter-attacking style of football. Do you know what I'm saying? It was quite easy to tell from early off that Villa were just playing some outrageously high line, and hoping that we'd just try and look for the ball for Rashford, which obviously we did. But I was surprised to see them take that approach to the game. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's what they did, and that's what we were doing the first half. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got to say we had the better of it. Obviously, we went 1-0 in at half time, but like I say, a lot of the time Villa are playing a high line, so you could obviously see what the game plan was to do to try and counter that, and that was to look for the over the top through ball on the diagonal. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether you be looking for Rashford or whoever it was on the other side, but that's the ball we were looking for. And a lot of the times I was seeing on Villa's back line 5 of our attacking players just literally waiting to burst through. Now, if the defense didn't play as well as they did, I'd be kind of worried, because that's like fucking under 10s football. Do you know what I'm saying? You got 5 attacking players just waiting to burst for an over the top through ball. But we made it work, man, and obviously that's where the first goal came from. Just a ball like that caught the defence out, and Rashford was in, and that's the risk that you run when you play them high lines with Rashford. You know what I'm saying? He had a quiet game, if we're being honest. Yesterday he didn't really do a lot apart from that one instance, but whenever that ball's coming over the top, you've got to be alert, because he can always punish you, and that's what he did yesterday. Got in, took the shot, and obviously Bruno scored the rebound, and that was all because of the high line and the over the top through ball. Yeah, and the second half, you have to say, realistically, it was still kind of split, but Villa did step it up a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? And they did create some chances. The defence had to hold strong. De Gea had to stop a couple. But other than that, we were never really in trouble, I thought anyway, of conceding a goal. The only thing you're thinking is obviously back to like the Tottenham game, where you blow a lead, or do you know what I'm saying, the Sevilla game where we're blowing leads. You're thinking, can this happen again? Because you know, when it's only 1-0, you need that second goal to just, especially coming to the end of the game, and that'll just kill the game off of your hope. Do you know what I'm saying? So while it was 1-0, you always had the thought in the back of your mind of, they're going to come back, are the boys going to throw away another 2 points? But they didn't, man. They held firm, and you just have to big them up for that. Especially, as you could tell, Villa came into it more in the second half. It's just what we've been seeing in the second half of games, and that's us tiring, the fatigue setting in. You can't really make any game-changing substitutions, so players are kind of running on empty, low next to empty right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So you just take it and you move on. I touched on the defence, you know what I'm saying? And obviously Varane's out, Leach is out. I don't know what's going on with Maguire, whether I think he was ill or something like that. So he was on the bench. But Lindelof and Shaw, man, they're doing well. They're doing more than well. Do you know what I'm saying? They're locking teams out. We got a clean sheet again as well for David De Gea today, which takes him to number 15. And it looks, the closer it gets, if we can keep doing these sorts of things, he's going to win the Golden Glove. So that's big respect to him and the defence, all the defence this season, because they've been doing well. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously Shaw's a left back naturally. He's coming and he looks solid. Do you know what I'm saying? He understands the position, and you don't really notice it too much. You obviously will in massive games, but this can get us through to the end of the season. Do you know what I'm saying? It's going to have to. Hopefully Varane can come back. But you have to say, if you're talking about Maguire squeezing into there, I'd prefer to just keep Lindelof and Shaw. Do you know what I'm saying? They're doing well. Why break up something that's not broken right now? Do you know what I mean? Dalot as well played well. Wan-Bissaka didn't play. He was on the bench. He did well, man. He always does. I'm impressed by Dalot this year. He's got his head down. Obviously, since the World Cup, he ain't been hitting them heights, but he's always consistent. You're always going to get a 6.5, 7 out of 10 out of him. Do you know what I'm saying? Going forward, he's just natural. You just worry sometimes positioning of his defending, but obviously he's got the pace to recover. So, yeah, man, Dalot played well. Malacia, he played well. Didn't really put a foot wrong. Didn't do anything amazing like he has been doing this season, but didn't do nothing wrong, man. So the whole of the defence was solid. You know what I'm saying? Casemiro, you could tell yesterday that he's getting back to his best since those bans that he had. He came back. He probably ain't been 100% at his best, but he was getting there yesterday. Dominated the game for good part of 60 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? Setting the tempo with challenges, breaking up the play, just roughing up their strikers and just taking the ball away from like it's nothing. And obviously we know how good he is with the passing. So Casemiro getting back to his best, which obviously we need with the FA Cup final coming up, and obviously they're running for the top 4. Bruno got his goal, stat padder, that's what he does. Didn't really do anything outrageous like we're saying about some of the players, but he hit a consistent 7 yesterday. Do you know what I'm saying? His leadership, obviously he's the captain we all want to see, and he leads well on there. Obviously there was the one moment with Sancho where Sancho told him to stop moaning, but that's just anything. Do you know what I'm saying? The man's going to tell him to stop moaning and stop bitching, but to be fair, you want a player that's going to moan and bitch, do you know what I'm saying, and want to keep striving for more, so you can't fault him at that. And yesterday he did all right again. Sancho, yeah, we'll mention Sancho because we've got on his back a little bit, obviously with his defensive duties and his work ethic. But we all know Sancho's a wicked player, and he had a good game yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Attacking wise, like I said, you know what he can do. He's going to find that pass through the eye of a needle. He's going to pick up the ball. He's going to commit defenders. That's what he does. But what he showed yesterday, and I was pleased to see, was his work ethic. I saw him getting back. I saw him tracking the runners and not letting them go, breaking up play, clearing play. So that's what he needs to do, because he's got a battle on his hands for that left wing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be Rashford over there, because we're going to look for a number 9 in the summer. So he just needs to knuckle down. We all know Sancho's a good player. He's just got to get back to what we know he can do. And yesterday is a good start and a good foundation to keep building, and long may it continue. Yeah, so like I say, overall we held out, got the 3 points. It was a good home victory. Do you know what I'm saying? We needed it. Villa, obviously a team in form as well, started climbing the league. Where are they, like 6 or something like that? So they're pushing for Europe. I'm pretty sure I heard a mad stat about they've scored in every game since Unai Emery's took over. Well, you didn't score yesterday, so that's just another big shout out for our defence and David De Gea. Yeah, man, like I say, Tottenham near enough out of it. I think one more win. I don't know what you lot think, whether we might need more than that. You have to let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure we take one more win and we keep the results steady. No major shocks, and CL football is going to be guaranteed, and that's what we aimed for at the start of the year. We've already won a trophy, so it's already a bonus. Yeah, man, so we just keep it going. And we move on to Thursday night. another Premier League game. We're playing Brighton, that is away from home, and it's another one of the tricky ones. We had Spurs. Obviously, you still class Villa as a tricky game because of where they are in the league. Then we got Brighton and Chelsea as well. We have to squeeze in, but Brighton's going to be another tricky game, man, because obviously they're a good footballing team. I know we beat them in the FA Cup semi-final, but on the day, anything can happen in football. We all know this, so we're going to have to be at our best. And if we can get the 3 points away from home, which I'm hoping we can, see how football will be done, man. And then you can just take it easy until the FA Cup final, and do you know what I'm saying, make sure you got the squad right and the minds right for that game there. Yeah, one thing I want to say as well is we didn't have the match reaction video for the 2-2 draw with Tottenham because there was just a shitload of gremlins going on. Couldn't even fully get it recorded properly. But there ain't much to say on it, do you know what I'm saying? Legs gone, fatigue gone. We need better squad, a bigger squad, because that's what happens towards this end of the season. Do you know what I'm saying? You can come out fired up, fresh in the first half and dominate the play, but if your legs start to go in the second half, you always run that risk. And it was disappointing, but we just move and we keep it going. Do you know what I'm saying? Get the win against Villa. So you just scratch it off and put it to the back of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I also want to mention before we go is the all this bullshit surrounding the sale, man. A lot of people were bunning out the Qataris. Obviously, we all know there's certain things going on in parts of the world, human rights. Do you know what I'm saying? All those sorts of things, what people are frowning on. But realistically, if you can separate it and just focus on the footballing side of the thing and how it's going to benefit the club, it's going to be a lot better having maybe if it's not the Qatari, but obviously Qatari is the main next bidders, maybe someone else comes in, but we need someone who's going to come in, wipe the debt and spend on the club, spend on the team, spend on the infrastructure, i.e. the training ground and obviously Old Trafford. But what we're starting to hear is that Sir Jim Radcliffe and the Ineos group are their favourites. And the fact that they're going to let the Glazers keep 20% is just a fucking joke. Do you know what I'm saying? We're trying to get the Glazers out the club. As you saw from the protest yesterday before the Villa game, we want a full sale. And that's what we want. That's what the fans want. That's what everyone wants who's connected to the club. We want the Glazers gone. And this Jim Radcliffe Ineos bid, they're going to give Glazers 20%. So Glazers are still going to be involved. The debt won't be wiped because he's leveraging more debt to buy the club, but obviously Ineos is going to take that hit, but is not clearing our debt. So I just don't see how the Ineos deal just benefits the club, not how the Qatari bid would benefit the club and benefit the area around there. Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to give my thoughts on that. I don't know what you think, who your preferred bidder is. You'll have to let me know in the comments. But to keep the Glazers in a certain portion of control of the club, not to clear the debt, to leverage more debt to buy the club, it's just not the way to go for me. You'll have to let me know what you think on it, guys. But that's about that for this video. If you let me know what you thought of the result, the performances, in the comments. Also, don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you know when we've uploaded a video, and also go and follow us on Instagram for a load of daily content. That's at the bottom of the screen now, and the link is in the video description. And I want to say a big thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.